What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Celio's Network. Today I wanted to talk about how some of the amazing rares from back in Vivid Voltage and Shining Fates might have new life breathed into them and be viable because of Brilliant Stars. So let's talk about that today. Before we get into it though, shout out to PotownStore.com, the best place to get PTCGO codes, and CardSuperGames.com where you can pre-order Brilliant Stars products. Be sure to use code Celio for 5% off at both of those websites. Check out all of my standard format deck lists at PokemonCard.io, and subscribe to the new Beast Coast Pokemon channel over on Beast Coast Pokemon on YouTube. All those links will be in the description down below, and be sure to subscribe to this channel as well for daily Pokemon TCG content. So let's take a look at these two amazing rares in question, specifically Rashiram and Raiku. So we'll look at the amazing rare Rashiram with Amazing Blaze, 120 HP fire type. The Amazing Blaze does 270 damage. And then this Pokemon also does 60 damage to itself. So 270 will knock out most of the V-Stars, and whatever it doesn't knock out in the V-Stars, Choice Belt helps you out there. Choice Belt puts Reshiram, or Rashiram, I think I said Rashiram earlier, and now I'm saying Reshiram, so let me know which one's correct down below. But that's allowing you to do 300 damage, which will knock out some V-Maxes, all V-Stars, and then you could add a little bit more damage with something like maybe Galarian Zigzagoon or something of the like to finish off the other V-Maxes. But that's a lot of damage for just 3 energy on a single price Pokemon with an awkward energy type cost. Next, we have Raikou with Amazing Shot. It does 120 to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon, the active and then one of the bench. But again, awkward energy costs. These are also small Pokemon, so if you have 2 of them on the bench right now, in the current standard format, it won't be good in a lot of matchups because of things like Rapid Strike or Shifu VMAX, Rapid Flow, and then also Jolteon VMAX. So there's a few cards I want to talk about here from Brilliant Stars, and then we're going to look at some deck lists as well. Marty's Pride is a new supporter card. Choose a basic energy from your discard pile and attach it to one of your benched Pokemon. This is typically not going to be as good as Raihan, except you can use it like turn 1, turn 2 when Pokemon haven't been knocked out yet. So Marnie's Pride could be an inclusion of maybe just one copy or so, and you could search it out with Lumineon V or Drizzile, Pokegear. Maybe you just draw into it. Magma Basin, specifically for Rashiram, is going to be really, really good because this stadium is so incredibly strong. It accelerates an energy from your discard to one of your bench fire Pokemon, and that's going to help out specifically this card here. I don't think we've ever had a card that explicitly accelerates an energy from the discard to a Pokemon. I think Magma Basin is just super duper strong. And anytime a fire Pokemon is released or we look at old fire Pokemon, keep this card in mind. And then also Manaphy, of course, preventing bench damage done by your opponent's attacks. Now, this will hurt Raikou as well, so I don't think you can fully build just focusing on Raikou, but Raikou, I do think, is going to be something playable, and we have a cool list to look at it, look for it as well. So Manaphy is going to help these decks, not only these Pokemon themselves, but also the support Pokemon that are going to be helping them out. Namely Flaffy, since Flaffy, which accelerates lightning energy, has that in common for both Reshiram and Raikou. They both need 1 lightning energy in their energy costs. So without beating around the bush, let's jump into these deck lists that I'm talking about. This one comes from Kaisi on Twitter, and I will link both of the Twitters in the description down below. This is one focused on Raikou with the Flaffies and Bibarel as a draw support engine, also playing Vikavolt and Snorlax. So something that you can do with the Vikavolt is boss up a Manaphy and hit it for 50 plus item lock, and Manaphy is weak to lightning. So that means that your Vikavolt can easily take care of a Manaphy while also applying an item lock on your opponent so that they can't like Rescue Carrier or Ordinary Rod that Manaphy back. And then next turn, you can start raining down damage with your Raikous. So this deck is really heavily focused on Raikou, Amazing Rare. Although I was saying maybe you don't want to because of Manaphy, but they have a really good check in place for Manaphy with that Vikavolt combined with Boss's Orders that can take down the Manaphy and item lock the opponent. So I really, really appreciate that tech in there because Manaphy is something that you have to have on your mind if you're playing anything that involves bench damage. The other deck list I wanted to look at here is definitely a little more interesting. It is involving a Raiku, but the new Raiku V, it's basically a copy of Suicune V. It has 200 HP, only one retreat cost. It has the same Fleetfoot ability and the same Blizzard Rondo, but I believe it's called Thunder Rondo. And this does include two of the Rashiram Amazing Rare from Shining Fates. It does 270 damage. Josh Hatter here made this list, and he is playing two choice belts so that you can do the full 300 with the Amazing Blaze. And the Amazing Blaze is just going to fall a little bit short against some VMAX Pokemon, but this deck can really benefit when Shining Hawlucha or Sparkling Hawlucha comes out, which we featured in yesterday's video. If you haven't checked that out already, be sure to do that. But when Sparkling Hawlucha comes out, then Rashiram is doing 330 to VMAXs, which is bonkers. You'll notice that Josh here is including one of the Marnie's Prides cards that I talked about. Also, two Raihan and Clara. Now, this is definitely more of a toolbox approach to using an Amazing Rare because Josh is using one of the baby Galarian Moltres, a Galarian Moltres V, and those Raikou Vs, the new Moltres Fire Moltres from a Brilliant Stars that does 90 for 1 fire energy if you already have damage on you. Manaphy, of course, to protect your bench. And Tapu Koko, which is a free retreater that can also sometimes draw you cards with Allure. Playing some energy switches, so you can even energy switch energy off of Galarian Moltres. I think this list is really cool. When I first saw this list from Josh, I immediately retweeted it, shared it with some friends. I was like, this is just really awesome deck building. A lot of neat ideas are going on here. And this is a deck that I really would love to see become something that's viable. I don't think this would ever be its own meta deck, but like just building these kind of toolboxes in general, I would love to see become a thing again. And I think Brilliant Stars is the kind of set that can influence this kind of deck building and can make this a viable way to play the game. Having all these different options and playing these unique creative decks, not only because of Arceus V-Star, of course, which can accelerate multiple types of energies and search your deck for any cards you need, but also because of Manaphy protecting some of the smaller Pokemon. And we're just getting a larger card pool and more things to work with now naturally as more sets come out. One other thing to mention here is the Lumineon V in this list by Josh. The Lumineon V being released is also really great for deck creativity because you can play a larger variety of supporters now that you have a Pokemon that can just be played down at any time to search out a specific supporter you might need in that situation. So that's going to be all for today, but definitely go give these two deck builders a follow. I'll leave that in the description down below, and leave a like and a comment on the video if you enjoyed it, and be sure to subscribe to the channel for daily Pokemon TCG content. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time here on Celios Network.